So what is the Hebrew roots movement, and what do they believe? Well, unfortunately, just like with progressive Christianity, there's no official doctrinal statement. There are no recognizable public figures that lead the movement, and up until recently, there were very few congregations that met under the umbrella of the Hebrew roots movement. One of the easiest ways to identify them is that they refer to themselves as being what they call Torah Observant, and you'll also see a very strong emphasis on the Hebrew language. More specifically, they almost always refer to the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit only by what they consider to be their Hebrew names, especially when it comes to referencing the Son of God. Rather than call him Jesus, they will typically call him Yeshua or Yahushua. In fact, that is a key marketing ploy to get people into what I would consider phase one of the recruitment process, which is to get Bible-believing Christians and others enamored with Jewish and Hebrew things. Which sounds like a good thing, right? I mean, Jesus was a Jew of the tribe of Judah, and the apostles were all Jewish, including the Apostle Paul, and of course the story of the children of Israel covers the pages of the Old Testament. But removing God, Lord, and Jesus from your vocabulary is only part of what I would consider to be phase one of the Hebrew roots movement. In a very calculated way, they will convince you that you should keep the Sabbath on Saturdays, that you should observe the feast festivals, and ultimately, it is your responsibility as a born-again Christian to obey the Mosaic Law, even if you're a Gentile, which most of them are. And of course, if you are truly saved and the Holy Spirit of God lives inside of you, that should throw up huge red flags, because Jesus Christ came and fulfilled the law and then abolished it on the cross. The law, the prophets, and the Psalms all pointed to one person, and his name is Jesus. He is the testator of the New Testament and established a new covenant. He did not renew the old covenant. He established a new covenant. We are now under the law of Christ and to obey the commandments that he gave. But many of these Torah observant folks reject the deity of Christ and the Trinity. Many of them teach that Jesus Christ is the Torah and that there is a dual covenant, that only Gentiles must be saved through the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. They'll claim that they only keep the law out of love for God and that it has nothing to do with salvation. Part 2.